Washington tonight will honor 13 fallen Louisiana police officers. That includes Officer Trevor Abney, who was shot while patrolling the corridor in 2020. He died of complications last year. Lafourche Parish's Nicholas Pepper will be honored. He died last year in a fatal crash after the sheriff's office said a suspect rammed his cruiser. St. Tammany Sheriff's Deputy Marilyn Mayo will be honored. She died last year, 16 years after receiving injuries from a tree falling on her car that she was riding in for a funeral procession.